It's the end of Avengers 4 and people are crying and the credits are rolling, but then the credits end and a scene begins and the scene is space. It's just space? No, wait a minute, there's a fire. There's a fire in space. What does it mean? To most people, nothing, but to some fans, it's life energy. The Phoenix Force. Symbolic of the beginnings of mutant life. Cut to Black Panther 2. Mutant children start appearing all over Black Panther 2. These mutant teenagers are symbolic of Wakanda undergoing massive change and being influenced by the outside world. Some Wakandans shun them, but by doing so, the children become vulnerable to attack. Now it's up to T'Challa to travel the world and rescue these children. One of them is Storm, the white-haired teen that can control the weather and call down lightning. They form a special bond, and he promises her to find her a better future somewhere else. We'll find out. Anyway, Spider-Man 3. I already wrote a script for this. Not gonna talk about it. It's very good. Anyway, Kitty Pryde is introduced in Spider-Man 3. Just kidding! Jean Grey is. And Jean is a really just great person. Look at her. She's smiling. She's happy. Jean is a good girl. A good, red-headed, good girl. And Peter sees this and he's all, whoa, do I have a thing for redheads? Eventually, Jean opens up to Peter about her powers and being a mutant and everything. She's like, want to watch me throw a pebble with my mind? Ooh, that did not sink. But then she's expelled from Midtown for showing off her abilities that could totally allow her to cheat on tests. It's important to show here that Jean is really bad at her powers. She's not, like, the best. Anyway, she needs to find a new school and a new place to belong. Cut to the very exciting Black Widow movie that I cannot wait to see and have never insulted ever in my life. In it, Black Widow finds a file labeled Weapon X, and she's all, Weapon X? What? What the hell is that? It worked, see? Anyway, cut to a hypothetical Hulk film that will never happen where it's revealed Weapon X is a task force designed to take down the Hulk. What? I know, it's crazy. Wolverine is the villain because he's the villain in the comics. It's a reference, and it's accurate. Wow, who knew? They make comic book movies. Anyway, cut to Marvel's very first X-Men film, The Uncanny X-Men. And this film starts with Jean's parents dropping her off at her new school, Xavier's School for Gifted Students, and the rest of the film unfolds very much like a true John Hughes flick. That's something everyone says. But first, remember that fire in space? Because it's still there. It's still there. See? Fire. Space. Anyway. Think the Sorcerer's Stone meets Breakfast Club, except unlike Harry Potter, there's not even a real bad guy here. The whole film just revolves around the students, getting to know each other, attending the school, coming into their own, and forming a relationship with Xavier, for example. And for a large part of the film, we'll follow Jean Grey as she acquaints herself with students like Cyclops. But yeah, Cyclops is equally as important. By the way, Cyclops is really cool now. He's a jock. He's the most popular guy at school, of course. And obviously this gets some points with Xavier. I really wanted to focus on Cyclops because Cyclops, I don't think he's ever been done justice. We really need to show that he's charismatic, he's a leader, and he's a leader for a reason, you know? He's a good person. This is Cyclops and the Xavier stunt double interacting. Notice that Cyclops is totally the exact same actor. Scheduling conflicts, am I right? Anyway, during one of their chats, it's revealed that Xavier hasn't been the same recently, and Cyclops is kind of worried about him because it seems like Xavier doesn't really know what he's doing with the school anymore. He kind of just wants to protect all these kids since they're pretty much illegal in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Don't believe me? Here's why. So, Xavier's pretty bummed out. But meanwhile, Cyclops' whole shtick is that he doesn't really like Jean Grey very much at all, because Jean's mutation is entirely invisible, but Cyclops can't even open his eyes without killing people, and Iceman suffers from constant, prolonged hypothermia, as you can see here. So Cyclops gets all in her face about it, but Jean's like, okay, fine, screw that guy, and she moves on to Storm, who we last saw in Black Panther 2 doing this. Very intimidating. But Jean doesn't care. She's all, oh cool, I can move pebbles with my mind. And she's like, well then in that case, let's be superheroes. Whoa, superheroes? That seems a little hardcore and definitely illegal, but I don't have any friends, so yeah, let's do it. Spider-Man actually catches them, like, in the act, beating up some random thug, and he's really confused because Peter knows Jean, but Jean doesn't know Peter is Spider-Man. So he just kind of tries to stop them very nicely. And the girl's like, holy crap, it's Spider-Man! He's so much smaller in person. And Spider-Man takes him back to the mansion. At which point, he'll have to make some sort of Spider-Man joke. I came up with a few lines like, so you guys go to like a special ed school? Don't worry, my aunt says I'm gifted too. Anyway, back at the school, Xavier's feeling a little disappointed. He tells Jean that he once tried out the whole superhero thing for himself once with an old friend, but it didn't really work out for him in the long run. Get it? Because now Xavier can't. But Xavier isn't the only one upset by their actions. Cyclops gets all up in their faces about it too, and the mutants end up in a bit of a brawl. They showcase their abilities here. Very cool special effects, I did it myself. Anyway, when Xavier learns of this, he shuts everything down by quickly putting all the students to sleep. When Jean wakes up, she's in his office, and things get quiet. Jean gets worried because, you know, she just got to this school. She just got to this school. And she's already starting to think that she might get kicked out. But it's okay, because Xavier tells her to stop thinking that, and Jean trips out like, whoa, you're in my mind? Maybe this will be when Xavier reveals that he has powers. But, like, of course, like, you expected this. Anyway, he mentions his old friend Eric used to react the same way when he would infiltrate his mind, but unfortunately, Eric passed away recently. Magneto is dead. So at this point, Jean's like, we could be heroes. Like, she's dedicated to this. By the way, Fire in Space. And Cyclops is impressed because he never expected Jean Grey to be kind of cool. On the other hand, Iceman is not impressed because Iceman is always cool. Together, the students make some outfits very easily, and they're ready to present their idea of superheroism to Xavier, but there's no time because when Jean got all confident and decided to be a superhero, the fire got super big in space, and now the cosmic rays are coming straight to Earth. Then Xavier sees this, and he puts on a calm demeanor and focuses his telepathy using his X-Men powers. I can't reference it as that, though, because they're not the X-Men yet. Anyway, Xavier finds out that the government is sending a shuttle to deflect the rays, but the agents aren't thinking it'll work. Meanwhile, Cyclops is thinking about how cute Jean is, and the cosmic rays are thinking...
Wait, hold on. The cosmic rays are thinking?
So Xavier realizes he's tapping into the cosmic power of the rays, and he gets confused, and he can't handle a connection to the rays, so he ends up just passing out, which causes everyone in the room to lose their minds.
What?
Until Cyclops' voice of reason says, guys, listen, we came to this office wanting to be heroes, so let's be heroes. Trust me, I have a plan, and the plan is, Jean's gonna do it. And Jean's all like, what? Like, I'm the worst at my powers. What? That makes no sense. But now it's up to Jean and the newly formed X-Men students to find a way onto the space shuttle hurtling towards the rays in order to redirect them into space. So, as you can see here, really high budget. Jean, right here, looking exactly like my actress, gets on this shuttle right here, yeah, see it, and they go to space, or not really to space, but like the atmosphere, and then they deflect the rays. But it doesn't work out because she ends up redirecting the rays towards the shuttle, so she saves Earth, but the shuttle gets all cosmic rayed, and then BAM! That's how you introduce the Fantastic Four. They were in that shuttle, and now they're victims of a mutant attack, which makes the public on Earth really like them. It's how you introduce all the characters in their separate films. But this has been me introducing the X-Men. I hope you enjoyed the video. More like this coming soon. Have a nice day.